when you discovered Bitcoin, because I guess because of the way you discovered it, in terms of like always trying to work with the community and going through all the traditional financial services, what was it specifically about Bitcoin that made it click and it made you say, this is it? This is what I got to teach?
Well, when I started dissecting money, where it came from, how it derived, I figured that these 10, 11 families that have the majority of wealth, not just in the United States, in the world, control the money, then how do we ever get to that point? And when I found out about Bitcoin and the fact that you mean Chase, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers don't control this, this is something that we need to get involved in and figure out again. And I try to dissect this. I'm saying maybe the government put this out. But then I start, just looking at this thing and I'm like, well, they wouldn't have done that, because if they put it out, then they would, it was just so many different scenarios I try to play in my head. And then I started, buying into this. This is for criminals and thieves. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. We've been being criminals and thieves with money for a very, very long time. And you can't track a dollar. So if I go down the street and I do something ill that I shouldn't be doing, and I give you dollars, like, you can't track that. But this blockchain, in some shape, form, or fashion, will get you caught up if you're not doing the right things that you need to do. Even if you try your very best, somebody you're interacting with is able to be identified. And so once I really started understanding the technology and not necessarily the money, understanding what the technology could actually do to enhance our situation, then I said, okay, this is what we need to do. So that's why I'm here. And I'm really trying to teach, not Bitcoin specifically, because I am a recovering coinaholic.
I was going to add, that was actually my next question. Listen, I went down the rabbit hole too of, looking at the shit coins, as I call them, and everything always leads back to Bitcoin. So I'm pretty much a Bitcoin only person at this point, but I was going to ask you, did you go through that phase?
I did big time. And so I teach people right now, see, the price or purpose for me. So I'm going for the price. If I want the price to go up and do what I needed to do in 5 to 10 years, this is a slow race. I mean, this is a slow, it's a little bit of a jog. It ain't a sprint. So I'm talking 5 to 10 years. So that's my price. My purpose is black coins, stuff that helps the community. So if it's a Haiti coin, because we help in Haiti, I'm all good. It's just like I'm loaning money to a cousin that may or may not pay me back. So I put my 200 in this because they may or may not pay me back. It may or may not go up. I get guap coin because I want to recycle black dollars. I'm looking at vibranium when they open because I want to do the things that I need to do to help my community, whether it pays me back or not. I'm not in this for the price go up. But Bitcoin, I'm expecting Bitcoin. It better do what it needs to do for me, my kids, because that's what I'm doing for the price. So that's kind of how I play this thing.
Okay, yeah, that was one that you got right into.
For Dogecoin, and I'm gonna say it, they playing you. They've been playing you. I've been sitting with them. I call them my brothers because I always say they're my brothers from another mother, but they definitely don't look like me. And when they were laughing at each other, when they first started with Dogecoin, I'm down here with these folks.
Mm-hmm.
When they first were laughing and playing and Dogecoin came out, I had a ton of Dogecoin. But what we were doing was I was learning with them because I didn't have nobody that looked like me to teach me. I was feeding chickens and doing this stuff, and they were laughing at each other with this Dogecoin. But when this last 2019, 2020, 2021 came along, and now they're laughing at my community because we're the idiots, and some people made money. Don't get me wrong. Some people made 100,000. I got cats that came up and said, you hating, I made 50,000. But the mothers that are single, that are going to work every day, that put their rent money in Dogecoin, and they were expecting this to go to $1 like Elon Musk told them. That's when I take issue. Stop playing with our community, because you're playing with our community. Because if you're buying, someone is selling. if you're buying this stuff, and they know our triggers, they know who they can get to say what to make it validated. So we go out, but by the time you tell Cousin Earl and cousin and Uncle Pookie, it's damn near too late. So and you get caught up. And so right now, I think yesterday we looked and Dogecoin was like 15 cents or something like that. And my heart goes out to the people that I met on the road that was arguing with me, saying Dogecoin was going to $1. And I was in Atlanta the day that whole interview went. And Jay Morrison, to tell you, I'm not telling you a lie, when we were doing our live on his, I called it Crypto Corner, because he is the true street corner person, which is where I got the idea from. He was showing me on his feed, you know, folks were saying she hating on Dogecoin and she don't know what she talking about and just talking crazy. And he was trying to learn about Bitcoin, and he like, sister, you know, I want to show you what my feed is saying. I said my feelings ain't hurt because I know the people I sit with, and I know who came up with that. And it's a joke, and it's just, you know, and I know because I know, not just because some other somebody told me. So anyway, that night in Atlanta was when Elon Musk got on TV, when it was supposed to go to $1, and it dropped within 7 seconds. And I just almost literally cried for some of the people that I had just met there in Atlanta that had put all their retirement money into Dogecoin because it was going to $1. And it's just,
that's sad. It's absolutely
you can't even say I told you so. It's just,
but that's why your work is important, to get in front of people and actually explain to them and teach them, right? Because this is a whole new industry, and folks, I mean, let's just be honest, it's a lot of scamming and a lot of stuff goes on. Like there's certain coins. I saw a page of about 2,000 coins that were taking money from the community that don't even exist anymore. So it's a lot going on, but people like to chase lottery tickets because of the mentality. And that's what happens. But man, that just goes to show that your work is needed, and you got to continue to do what you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And when they told me, no, I'm not buying Bitcoin, I'm buying Dogecoin, go for the nose.
Go for the nose. Got you.
You got to keep going.